So today we're gonna listen to Oliver Anthony, 90 some Chevy. And to be honest with you guys, he just seems like a real down earth dude who speaks his heart, and he has a hell of a voice, right? But again, it's just him and a guitar. Very raw music. Nothing is fancy. No, there's no crazy distortion, no crazy effects. It's just the dude singing his ass off. And the first song we heard was Richmond North of Richmond. That song just touched a lot of people's hearts. It has over like 60 something million views worldwide. This dude is just blowing up because he's speaking from the heart, and that's what his music is doing. He's just putting out music to the world because it's touching people. And most people, if you talk to them realistically, would go, I wouldn't listen to this music. I'm not into this. They're into like hip hop or rock music. They're not into this real Virginia backwoods kind of vibe music. So we're going to get into it today here on the show. So if you like this kind of content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and we'll be back with
That old darling of mine is like a 90-some Chevy. She rides just right when you turn her on. The only thing sounds better than that old 350 is when she's running up to kiss me. When I get home, it's been a hard day. I'll tell you, darling, it's been a long week. Might have to load up the dogs, go and listen to the frogs croaking down in the creek. We can take her nice and slow, a case of beer and a Zemco. Let the sun sink good and low. There ain't no telling where we'll go in the back of that 90-some Chevy. In the back of that 90-some Chevy. Well, she's hotter than hell, I'm higher than gas. She's sweeter than honey, I'm poor white trash.
Oh, my mic wasn't turned on. Haha. So we're listening to Oliver Anthony, 90 some Chevy. Look, I had the mute button on. Sorry about that, guys, but that's what we're listening to.
Higher than gas, she's sweeter than honey, I'm poor white trash. She ain't had a check that I couldn't cash. I guess that she's my Carter, then I'm her cash. And I've been sitting around drinking on it. I guess I'm gonna have to get me a ring and get it on it. 'Cause that old darling of mine is like a 90-some Chevy. She rides just right when you turn her on.
So he's basically saying he has a good woman if she's a good woman if you turn her on. He's saying I gotta get a ring to keep this woman. So he's saying he's really found himself a genuinely good woman. That's a good thing. It's hard to find genuinely good women. And I hope Oliver Anthony never has to work a day in his life again. I hope everybody doesn't have to work a day in their life again and you can be financially stable. Because this dude seems like he's just a very laid back dude making laid back videos in the woods on his property. There's nothing fancy about it. It's very bare boned as it is. He said one time on the Joe Rogan Experience podcast that he recorded some of his music just on a phone. That's why it sounds the way it does. It doesn't sound so crispy and so professional.
The only thing sounds better than that old 350s when she's running up to kiss me when I get home.
And he said right there, up
to kiss me when when I get 350's when she's right when you turn her on. The only thing sounds better than that old 350's when.
He's saying the only thing better that sounds better than my 350, which is his motor in his truck, is when his girl is coming up to kiss him, hug him, give him affection after a hard day's work of busting his ass at his shit job.
She's running up to kiss me when I get home. It's been a hard day. I tell you, darling, it's been a long week. Might have to load up the dogs, go and listen to the frogs croaking down in the creek. We can take her nice and slow, a case of beer and a 7 cold. Let the sun sink good and low. There ain't no telling where we'll go in the back of that 90-some Chevy. In the back of that 90-some Chevy. That old darling of mine's like a 90-some Chevy. She rides just right when you turn her on.
But I gotta state this, my guys. Very good voice, very good unique style, because you don't really hear this style being popularized in the mainstream, getting millions and millions of views. And most people that watch his videos and listen to his music probably normally wouldn't be going out of their way listening to this kind of real Virginia backwoods kind of vibe music. They wouldn't listen to it. I know I certainly wouldn't go out of my way to listen to this on a regular basis. I would be like, I'm more into like heavier music. But the dude's voice is just very emotional, and he's speaking from the heart. He's saying, I have a good truck, but I also have a good woman who's always there for me no matter what. When I come home, the bills are always paid. I'm always working my ass off, but I have a good woman who's always going to be there, give me some love and affection when I need it. And she's always there to support me. That's what people need. And that's what he's talking about. He's talking about that real people enjoy in this world. That's why I think people are relating to what this cat talking about, because he talks about real stuff that real people are going through. Talking about a 1990 Chevy. He's not talking about balling out of control or crazy stuff. He's talking about stuff that you or I can relate to. So it's your boy Trevor back with another one. This was Oliver Anthony with Some 90s Chevy.